Yeah, just I suffered a quad contusion early on in the season, and then it just continued to kind of get worse. Yeah, just attacked rehab hard this week and was able to play today.
Cody, can you talk about the first touchdown run and the way the offense was going there, especially in that first half?
Yeah, I think we really came out hot the first half, and for us, it's just finding ways to carry that same energy into the fourth quarter.
Can you speak to that energy, what it felt like with the crowd as it was, and the way you guys started? What did that feel like?
Yeah, I think with this group, man, we've been close the entire year, and no matter win, loss, we're always going to stay close because we're a true brotherhood this year. And I think that's the biggest change that I've seen in this program, and there's no question in my mind that we're going to continue to do that week in and week out. And, yeah, we're just so thankful for the fans believing in us, showing up, being there with us, and we couldn't do it without them.
Cody, as a captain, in the locker room after taking the first loss of the year, what's your message to you guys?
Yeah, our message is stick together. Everything we still want is right in front of us. We get to go into Lexington next week and get to face a good Kentucky team, and coming out and every other game after that. Our goal is still right there, is what I'm trying to say. So we're still just going to stick together and get back in the lab and get back to work.
Cody, can you take us through, go from 2nd and 1 to 4th and 32? I mean, just having to kind of deal with that and what the offensive approach is. For 4th and 32, I don't imagine there are a lot of play calls.
Yeah, I think that's on us as players because I think we put ourselves in bad position. I think I had a couple penalties that I got to get corrected, that we were beating ourselves or later on, like in the 3rd and 4th quarters, just with some unnecessary penalties. But I believe that we're going to get that cleaned up and we're going to get back to work.
Cody, at times today you had some pretty large lanes through which to run. Assess the run blocking altogether as a unit on offense.
Yeah, I think it's what you guys seen all year. Those guys block their butts off every week. They practice with intention and great detail, and you're just going to keep seeing that week in, week out.
Cody, Coach Drake kind of talks about going 1-0 every week, Toyota Destiny. Can you kind of tell us, has the locker room really bought into that idea? Are you guys just trying to go 1-0 every week, or do you guys kind of think?
Yeah, we stay in the moment, and I think that's critical for any football team. If you start looking in the past or you start looking in the future, you can kind of get away from what's the main thing. And this team has done a great job at keeping the main thing by that's that 1-0 mentality. We don't care what's in the future. Like now we get 24 hours to get to flush this, and then now we're right back on to Kentucky. That's that 1-0 mentality that we have.
I know football isn't big for moral victories, but the last 4 weeks, you guys keep scoring more and more each week, over 500 yards there. What are some of the positives you can take away from this week heading into that?
Yeah, I think just as an offense and as a team that we continue to fight, and we'll fight to the very last second. And I think when we do that and then we have great execution on top of that, then that's when we're really hard to beat.
Cody, what's your message to a guy like Brady who put up almost 400 yards again, but through the 2 interceptions just came up a little short there?
Yeah, keep being you. He's done it all year. There should be no just because he threw 2 interceptions, it's football. You know what I mean? And he kept responding, kept coming back. He just keep being him, and he's got us this far. And he's played great and excellent. He's the one that's been driving this entire offense, so we're going to stick with him and keep having his back.
Cody, when you guys see a player like Brady Cook, who this game had to go back to the locker room, diving for first downs, on 3rd and 12, putting his body on the line, how does that motivate you guys as players and teammates to kind of go put yourselves on the line?
Yeah, I think anytime you have a quarterback that's willing to put their body on the line like Brady does, it definitely motivates everybody around him, makes you want to play harder, makes you want to block harder and longer for him because he can make stuff happen. And, yeah, this is just our mindset every week.